Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at that Vaporeon raid, trying to solo it with just one Exeggutor. We still had sunny weather. We're starting to get some clouds, so I'm afraid we're not going to have it later. But here's the problem. I had the 2 charge bar move, and it was shadow hitting me, just like left and right. We'll take a look at that. I'm going to include that. I was so close. There was one time where if I didn't get shadow hit, because I dodged every single charge move, I would have done it. But hey, it is what it is. You got to keep trying and trying. So it is a pretty nice day. I'm out here with my Rin and Stimpy coffee, just enjoying the day. About to start editing here, and then we're going to take a look at a Starmie raid and then another Vaporeon raid. Well, it's the same one. It was down to the last few seconds left on the raid, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to go in here with Sceptile, Victreebel, the 2 100%, like I said, and do a side-by-side test. But of course, you're gonna see my Victreebel, it loses all its health as soon as it jumps in. It does get hit by a power gem, or I'm sorry, one of the charge moves, and then all of a sudden it just loses all its health. So that's wacky. But against the Starmie, it's pretty on par with Sceptile. They both did fairly well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that and see what we have. Alrighty, first up is Starmie with Water Gun and Power Gem. Power Gem is a 3 charge move, and it is pretty strong considering it's coming from a raid boss. So, Sceptile, 100% IV, and Victreebel, 100% IV. Let's see who can do the most damage and who can last the longest in this battle. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's basically neck and neck. It's going to look like the Sceptile did a little better, which it technically did. Okay, so as you can see, their DPS is almost on par. Literally, Sceptile's doing 30.8 DPS, and Victreebel is doing 30.7, right? So, Leaf Blade on both of them, and then you have Bullet Seed on the Sceptile, and Razor Leaf on the Victreebel. Now, which one of these do I prefer more? I would say maybe the Sceptile, but when it comes down to it, I like them both almost equally. Victreebel is really fun to use, and I'm happy and I embrace what I do here on this channel, powering up lower tier Pokemon, things that people don't really, I was about to say things that people don't really usually tend to power up, because that investment seems a little insane to them when they can just power up something like, say, Venusaur. Which technically, yes, because Venusaur is another grass type, but it's doing more damage. It's even the same typing as Victreebel, grass and poison. But you know what I do here. I power up random Pokemon and, you know, take them to the gym in raids. So as you can see, the Sceptile is holding up quite well. I really like its charge move because it's quick and you're able to just get it off and then dodge if you need to. And that's that. As opposed to Solar Beam, you're going to be stuck in that animation for a minute and you're going to have to wait for it to use its charge move, then you can use your Solar Beam. But if it has multiple charge bars and then you use Solar Beam, so for instance it attacks, all right, it does its charge move, and then you're like, okay, time to do Solar Beam, and then you're stuck in the animation, but then it does another charge move. It's like, great. That's the whole dilemma on the Vaporeon, which we'll take a look at here in a minute. So the Sceptile did fantastic. As you can see, Victreebel is coming in here. Now let's pay attention to see if I was shadow hit. I do believe I dodged every attack. So the Sceptile is at attack 223, rank 30, defense 180, stamina 140. The Victreebel attack 207, so it's quite lower, but at the same time, it's still on par with the Sceptile, down only by 1 point for the DPS. Defense 138, lower than Sceptile as well, and then the stamina, which is actually higher than Sceptile, at 160, so that has more HP. But it's crazy because look how well it's performing, just as good as the Sceptile did. As long as you have those dodge skills, you should be good. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't looking at the health as I was talking there, so I don't know if it was shadow hit. I'm pretty sure I dodged everything. Everything is looking good to go. It's just that, you know, it doesn't have as much defense as Sceptile, and the CP is significantly lower. But as you can see, look at that. It just needed one more move. If I would have just kept attacking there, I might have been able to do it. So if you're wondering who's better, probably going to be Sceptile. But if you have a high IV Victreebel and you like Victreebel and you want to power it up, don't feel bad and think, oh, it's not going to be good, because, well, look at that. It was literally on par with Sceptile. So there you have it. pretty good Pokemon, fun to use. Happy I powered them up. Well, they're 100, so it's going to get powered up, right? Anyways, we're going to go on to catch this. Now we're going to take a look at the Vaporeon and see what exactly happened here. And then we're going to see that massive shadow hit to the Victreebel, which was insane. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at that. And it was fun. You know, I would love to keep going out there and looking for more Vaporeons, but, you know, I'm just going to wait, because if I go to another one and the next and the next and the next, it's like I feel like I'm never going to get Hydro Pump. So, you know, one day maybe I might be able to do this if I can just get the sunny weather and the Hydro Pump at the same time and find a Vaporeon raid. So I did about, let's say, anywhere from 10 to 17 or 15 tries. I sat there the whole duration pretty much, and this is going to be the best one. This was I believe my second try. So it always seems like my best runs are usually right when I get there in the beginning, and then it just teeters down and gets worse and worse, and the shadow hits get worse. I don't know if it has something to do with you interacting with the gym all the time, continuously exiting out of the raid, that's provoking these shadow hits. But whatever it is, Niantic, if you're watching, I don't know if it's my cell phone provider, I have full bars, but please get it together. This is like a game breaker for extreme competitors. This is all we have right now. I mean, we can do the duos and the trios and stuff, but for people who are out there by themselves, this is it, man. Unless Niantic plans to drop like 10 more level 3 raids, then, you know, we have just a couple things to work with. Sharpedo's not a challenge, unless you want to use, you know, different types of Pokemon to give yourself a challenge, like the Blissey. Somebody suggested I should use Slacking, which I'll give a try too, but I keep dropping them in the gym, I forget. So as you can see, I did take a shadow hit. If I did not take that shadow hit, our health would be almost on par. At this point, I was just thinking to myself, okay, I can't do it, but just maybe I might be able to pull it off. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, I'm just going to go as far as I can go, because this is probably not going to happen, and this is going to be my best run. So I want to keep going to show everybody exactly how this is going to work. So you can tell, right? This is totally doable. If it had Hydro Pump, it's a game over. Probably the first try, maybe the second, depending on how well I perform, because dodging Hydro Pump is no big deal. As long as you get out of the way when it comes in, it's all game after that. Attack, 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 and you should know whenever it hits again, and then just Solar Beam. You guys understand, right? So take a look. I got it into the red, and we're still going. Look how much Solar Beam does. In sunny weather, it's intense. So as you can see, yes, if I did not get shadow hit by that one dang attack, I would have been the first person to do this. I'm pretty sure I would have. So down he goes, the silly Alolan Exeggutor, and I had its health right underneath the water symbol, which was fantastic. I'm still happy, you know. It's a field test. Yes, I got a little annoyed, but it wasn't as bad as past raids where I usually get super upset. This time I'm thinking to myself, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna have to find a Hydro Pump one, and we'll just take the loss for now. Well, technically we're not taking the loss, because we're gonna go in here with Sceptile. Now we get a look at that massive shadow hit once again to Victreebel, but this is like something unusually odd. So Sceptile is putting in work, always doing good. All right. And let me give you some advice. Now, if you're going up against this Vaporeon with a 3 or 2 charge bar move, and you're trying to do as much damage as you possibly can with an Alolan Exeggutor, and you're trying to do this challenge, I don't recommend you go up against it with Aqua Tail. It's either going to have to be Hydro Pump or the other one with a 2, okay? And if it has the 2 charge move, what you're going to do is wait for it to attack, then you hit it with the Solar Beam, because usually it's not going to hit you with 2 in a row. It did right there, but that's because I'm hitting it constantly with my charge moves, Leaf Blade. But with Solar Beam, it should just do one of those moves, then you should be able to Bullet Seed, Bullet Seed, Bullet Seed, and you're going to have to hold that Solar Beam for a minute. Just be patient, and then once it attacks and does its charge move, then use that Solar Beam, and then continue the process. The time isn't going to run out. You're doing so much damage. It's crazy, right? One Pokemon versus Vaporeon and you're not even running out of time and you're not continuously attacking. It's a very good Pokemon, right? It has double resistance, but then on the other end, it has a double weakness to ice as well. But anyways, so did you see the Victreebel's health? It just went all the way down, like bam. It had full health. You can rewind it and see, yep, it was in the green. So that kind of thing needs to be fixed. It's very discouraging and annoying, especially if this was somebody else and this was their last, try, and they needed that Victreebel to pull them through, or whatever Pokemon it may have been, then they would have lost their raid pass, and that's, a little bit annoying. It's $1, right? Or it could be your free pass, but that's not the point. It's the time. Your time is more precious than the $1, right? And you could have been doing something else. Anyways, they both did fantastic. We did the comparison to Victreebel and Sceptile. They're basically both on par. Literally 0.1 damage difference between the two. But if I had to pick one, and if you wanted to ask me, well, which one should I power up, Sceptile or Victreebel, I would probably go with Sceptile. Because for one, it's going to get a Mega one day, even though that's not incentive to do it at the moment. It's more the fact that it's just better. Its stats are a little bit better. Victreebel is one of those Pokemon, if you have the massive dust collection and the candies to power it up, then go for it. I powered up my Victreebel personally because back in the day, level 10 gyms, people would drop Vaporeon, and that's why I have that little grudge against it at the moment. I just can't stand, well, I could tolerate it now. It was bad back in the day. I couldn't stand to even look at it. So I powered up my Victreebel to wipe them out, and it did fantastic back then. So with that said, trainers, thank you for watching. I'm going to try to find Vaporeon to do this. We'll see what happens. Take care and be safe out there.